How about the ultimate crowd-pleasing dessert, blueberry pie, rich in healthy antioxidants to help balance out the guilt. This recipe is vegan, low FODMAP, and gluten-free. But what does that all mean? Stay tuned to find out because it's all absolutely mouthwatering. Now, a vegan recipe refers to the fact that this is free of animal-derived products such as meat, dairy, eggs, and even honey. Some of you might have heard about the FODMAP diet that a lot of people with irritable bowel syndrome or IBS have to follow. FODMAP stands for fermentable oligosaccharides, disaccharides, monosaccharides, and polyols. That refers to certain sugars that can cause GI distress for some people, so they have to avoid it. Now, if high FODMAP foods aren't an issue for you, then you don't have to worry. But the great part is, this double crust blueberry pie is sure to satisfy a lot of people. We're going to start with my gluten-free flour blend, the recipe for which you can find in the details below. I'm gonna start by adding 1 1/4 cups into this mini food processor. We're gonna follow that with half a teaspoon of xanthan gum. Keep in mind, xanthan gum acts as the binder because we don't have gluten, and 1 tablespoon of sugar. I'm just gonna blend that to mix it through. And next, we're adding 10 tablespoons of vegan butter. The only stick butter that I could find had salt in it. So for that reason, I'm not adding any salt. If you choose to use a vegan butter that is unsalted, then add 1/4 teaspoon of salt and reduce the sugar to 2 teaspoons. Keep in mind, this butter has been chilled frozen, and we want it to stay really cold so that it distributes and makes it easier when we have to roll it out. I'm just gonna blend that till we get it to about pea size. There we go. It's evenly distributed and maybe a little smaller than pea size, which is completely fine. Next, I have chilled water, and I'm putting 2 tablespoons. Although I am a professional doctor, I'm not a professional chef, but I've had so many great teachers. Melissa Clark, who's another fantastic chef, inspired this pie crust recipe. So I definitely want to give credit to all of my chef teachers. Now you see that this has just started coming together, and that's exactly how we want it. You don't want to overblend this dough. Next, I'm gonna turn it out onto some cling wrap, and we're gonna shape it before we chill it and work with it again. I've just spread out a sheet of cling wrap onto the countertop, and I'm gonna turn out all of the dough. You can see that it's still crumbly, and that's okay, that's exactly how we want it. Now what I'm gonna do is shape this into a disc. I'm just gonna bring it all together, and I can also use the cling wrap at this point to help shape things. So you can see it's mostly come together at the advantage of using the cling wrap, and we've made a nice little disc. And you don't have to overwork it because we're gonna roll it out later anyway. So now I'm gonna tightly seal it, get it into the fridge for 1 hour. We're gonna do the same thing with the second crust and then roll it out and start again. Here's one of my pie crusts that's been sitting in the fridge for about an hour. I'm just gonna unwrap it, and what I've done is taken a gallon plastic storage bag and cut the sides out. I'm going to use this to roll out the crust. Our goal is for this pie crust to line this 9-inch or 23 centimeter pie plate, which is maybe about 1.5 inches deep. I'll use it as a size guide as I go rolling this. You don't really have to worry if it breaks apart. Gradually, it will come together, and you can always use the heat of your hands to help shape the dough again. As I'm going, I do like to check the size a little bit so I can see how much more I need to roll out. It does need to be bigger than this because it's gonna sit in a little deep. So there we go. I think we've rolled it out just nice enough. Before I put it in here, this dough is always easier to work with when it's nice and chilled. So I'm actually going to fold the plastic wrap back over and slide it onto a plate and put it back in the fridge so that it hardens up a little more. In the meantime, I'm going to do the same thing with the top layer of the pie crust. Now that the base layer has had a chance to chill, I'm going to go ahead and prepare the pie crust. And then gently press it in. You'll see here that there are areas where the crust is separated, and you do not need to worry about it because this crust is wonderfully forgiving. As I'm shaping it, I'm just pushing the edges down to help us form the crust. At the same time, if I see any cracks, I'm just using the heat of my hand to bring the edges together. There you go, all fixed up. Now that this has been well worked, I'm gonna put it back in the fridge, and then I'll show you how we're gonna do our top layer before we make the blueberry filling. Now, so many people feel a blueberry pie isn't complete without a lattice crust. The one thing with this crust is it doesn't lend itself so easily to making strips, but I found a much easier workaround that I assure you I will always be using. I happen to have these small square cookie cutters, and I'm going to make squares on the top layer. If you don't want to do any of this, you do not have to. You could just use this top layer over the top, and remember to cut some vents on the top so that it allows for air to escape. I have the straight edge of a knife that I'm going to use as a guide, and just press down. I want to leave enough space in between. Once this chills nicely in the fridge, I'll just be able to pop out the squares, and then we'll have a nice crust to use. So I'll put this back in the fridge, and we'll work on our blueberry pie filling. We're gonna start with our dry ingredients. I have 3/4 of a cup of sugar that I'm adding to this pot, then 1/4 cup of cornstarch, and 1/4 teaspoon salt. We're gonna just stir the dry ingredients together to make sure they're nice and well mixed. I'm going to be using frozen blueberries just to show you that you could do this any time of the year with fresh or frozen blueberries. Of course, if you have fresh available to you, absolutely use them. I'm just gonna add 3 cups of blueberries. We need a total of 6, but the other 3 will come in later, so you have some solid blueberries in the pie. I'm also gonna add 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. We'll give that a stir, and then I'm gonna place it over medium heat for 5 to 10 minutes. Now we can see the blueberries really start coming together. It's starting to become very jammy, and some of them have also burst. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the heat and take it off. With the blueberries off the heat, I'm gonna go ahead and add my 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Give that a good stir and mix. And then I'm going to add the remaining 3 cups of blueberries. We'll give that a nice mix. We're ready to put the filling into the pie. So I'm just gonna go ahead and spread that around. Now we add the top. I'm actually going to leave this for a couple of minutes just so the crust softens, and then I'll be able to work it a little more easily to close and seal off the pie crust. I went ahead and fixed the crust. Fortunately, like I said, it's very forgiving. One nice little touch is to have a little granulated sugar over the top. All we need is some water. I have a brush here. I'm gonna lightly dip it and then lightly wet the crust. I'm just gonna sprinkle some sugar across it. Now I've set the oven to 400 degrees. I'm actually going to bake it on this foil-lined sheet. Oftentimes, that delicious blueberry filling can spill over the edge. We're gonna start by baking it for just 15 minutes and then cover the edges to prevent them from burning. As I said, at the 15-minute mark, we want to cover the crust. So what I've done is I've taken some foil and split it lengthwise, and I'm just going to fold it over the outer crust like this. I'm going to put it back in the oven for another 30 minutes, so a total of 45 minutes. Here we've taken out this delicious looking blueberry pie. It came out so perfect. The imperfections are perfect because it's homemade. We want to leave this to cool outside for about 4 hours. That allows the filling to set nicely, so when you take a slice, it doesn't just run all over. As delicious as this blueberry pie might be, keep in mind that pies are meant to be shared. We all want to be a part of something, oftentimes more when we have health or medical issues. So perfect. That delicious flaky crust, that blueberry filling with the intensity of the fruit and not a lot of added sweetness. So I do hope this recipe helps make life a little sweeter because there's room for everyone at the table. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Ready for my close-up? This recipe is vegan. Shoot up. Do I want to eat a 400-degree pie? What?